What was with the finger? I don't.
The finger is my countdown. It's like pressing a button. You gotta go out from the front. You got a good arc on it, and then it's like, because it's got consequences.
Consequences.
You don't press the button because there's consequences.
But you just press the button.
I know, and look, now here are the consequences.
Welcome everyone to the BrantFurred podcast, where we're unsure if we're clinically retarded or not. Signs point to maybe.
I still don't get what was with the finger.
Don't.
Yeah, you touched me with it. Why'd you finger me?
I didn't touch you. I touched your phone.
So how
Why'd
is
you
that
finger my phone?
Because it's so sexy.
What?
What?
Huh?
What?
Anyway.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Yay, Halloween.
It is Halloween. It is Halloween.
No,
What are you going as, Isaac? What are you going to be for Halloween?
I don't know. I asked that question. Is like, if BrantFurred had Halloween costumes, what do you think they would be dressed as?
I saw that, but I was too busy to reply to that. I was at work.
So it's one of those things where it's furry first world problems where you need a costume for your costume. Because think about it, like everyone's like, I can't just be just a furry. I have to be like dress up my persona, my fursuit as something. So you need a costume.
I'm gonna be Foxin dressed up as Kip.
Yeah. No. There was actually a Vine that somebody did. I think their Twitter handle's like Spotty Dog or something. They're a Dalmatian.
Okay.
And they're like,
that just seems appropriate.
It's someone like, it's just going through a bunch of people in costume. Oh, a policeman. Oh, a hockey player. Oh, and what are you supposed to be? And he's in his fursuit. I am just weird. And I had to watch it on like 5 times on loop because I'm like,
it's so appropriate. It's so true.
I'm just weird.
I'm just weird.
I mean, on that front, if you technically ask my Mitomo thing what I would be dressed as, it's a Monday, which means a Zelda episode went up, and I generally just dress in a Link costume. But that's because I'm weird, and I have nothing better to do with my day.
I'm just
You
weird.
still play Mitomo?
I likes me them free platinum coins and free Nintendo swag. Those are 2 things I enjoy.
So they're bribing you to play Mitomo.
Pretty much.
They pretty much bribe you to play every game nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all the Toros I caught.
That is a lot of Toro. You can make a pretty good steak out of those.
Yeah, really?
You could reenact...
My number one
I
Toro...
could reenact the fucking...
episode where it catches
the
like
band
40
episode,
Toros.
yeah.
My go-to name for Toros is Porterhouse.
Like, every Taurus I've caught has been, like, very high, except for recently, where I caught 3 in the 400s and 1 at fucking 25.
I don't know.
What good is a Tauros at 25?
I don't know. I saw...
Transfer. That's what it's good for.
I saw...
Grind it into candy.
I think it was Screw Attack did a video on like the things that were terrible with Pokemon Go, and one of like their clips from their phone was a CR18 Machamp, like not a Machop, not a Machop, full on fucking Machamp, CR18.
CP?
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, it's a P.
CR Challenger.
Someone doesn't play the game very often.
Yeah.
He's like level 13. Hell no, he doesn't.
Then again, who does play it all that often anymore? Like,
Yeah.
I've been at level 21 for like 2 months.
I play it on the bus. Like I have it going. I have the Pokemon Go Plus.
Oh yeah.
So I just strap that to myself while I'm on the bus, and then the bus route that I take passes like, I don't know, 10 Pokestops. So I'll just pull it up whenever I get close to the Pokestop and be like, phew.
I already expressed my bit that I find that the Pokemon Go Plus works very seldomly for me. So in order to play the game, I have to pay attention to the game. But it's exactly the kind of game I don't want to be sitting around paying attention to because I find it boring. There's just not anything to do.
Yeah. That apparently will be fixed in the next update.
And when it happens,
November
maybe I'll
or
play some
December,
more.
when you'll be able to do player versus player battles and trades.
Trading? They've been wanting to do trades for a while.
Yeah.
See, they'd have to fix the battle system for me, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's just...
It's a slimmed down version. It's very much... I liken it to the Rumble series.
Oh, yeah. I've actually never played the series.
There's like a free Rumble game that you can get on your DS, and basically every single Pokemon has 2 moves, and it's A to fire.
Or B.
Or B.
Yeah.
And that's it. And there's no immunities. Like there's very effective and not very effective, but there's no immunities. Just because if you end up getting a Pokemon that has, say, 2 dark moves, or 2 psychic moves, you can't do anything to dark guys.
Yeah.
So they cut that out, and it's very streamlined in that way, where it's like, you don't get to pick your moves, you don't get to do whatever.
Actually, you do get to pick your moves. For
Okay.
Rumble, in the specific one that you're talking about, you have to unlock it, but in every other Rumble game, you need to pick your moves.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
At any rate, what I'm saying is out of the box you don't get to. But I like in the battle system and the way that they have, because they have 2 moves, a stronger move and a weaker move. And I liken it to the Rumble system, where it's just very streamlined, cut and dried. This is what it is.
My problem is it's a spam fest that's riddled with glitches. There's actually a glitch that was going around for a while. I don't know if they fixed it yet because I haven't played. But where a guy could be on 0 health,
And
the app would still need to load the concept that it had died.
Yeah, and in the meantime, it could kill you.
Yeah, you can lose a battle that you technically won because the game doesn't know how to register that you defeated that person.
Yeah, that's actually happened to me.
Yeah. So, like...
Glitches are glitches. They're gonna happen.
Glitches get stitches.
Yeah.
The bit is that if it was a turn-based combat system where it had to figure out every turn, that wouldn't be a problem. They changed it and broke it. Like, even, I'd be fine, just 2 moves, that's fine by me. I don't care, that's fine. Not even being able to pick those 2 moves, also fine. I'll go find a nice guy. But when the battle system is...
Wait, what?
Tap fest, I don't have fun. I might as well be playing something along the lines of a, what's the word? Adventure Capitalist, or another one of those touch games.
I don't know, whatever.
Touch to do damage, or touch to cash in on stuff. There's a million of them out there.
Like Simpsons Tap and Go?
Probably.
Here's the thing. It's a neat little game, and it's free to download, and you can get whatever basically you want without having to spend any money. And it's a nice little time waster. That's all it is to me. It's a time waster.
Wait, are we still talking about Pokemon Go?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I kind of thought we were talking about Pokemon Rumble for a second there.
Yeah.
No. Back to Pokemon Go.
Yeah. But on the front there is that if it's supposed to be a time waster, then you're not
It's
doing
succeeding.
things like taking gyms. You're not taking part in the battles. You're not playing the major parts of the game because, as you mentioned, you're playing it on the bus. You're tapping your Go Plus when you get something and getting a little excited at the card.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The game has different things for everybody playing it. You don't have to take battles. You can. You don't have to. You could just want to collect all the guys. That's perfectly viable, too.
I want to do it all.
You want to be a master.
That makes me sound like a slave trader.
But that's the thing, is wanting to get them all, that there's...
I know, they have a couple of guys that are locked away.
Yeah, there's locked away, there's region specific, there's...
Region specific, but you can also... all the regions...
You can supposedly get them from eggs. I haven't seen it happen with anybody I know.
Yeah, no, I haven't actually seen it happen either. I think that might have been a myth.
No, it's not a myth. There's a guy in the U.S. in New York who is the first guy to complete the Pokedex out of all the guys that are currently available.
Yeah,
You need
and
to speak
they
a little
had
louder.
and they flew him around the world in order to get the ones he
they
was
didn't.
missing. Yeah,
No, they didn't.
yeah.
I don't think it's a myth.
Anyway, regardless, there was rumor about it, but I haven't heard anything about it since. But then again, also Pokemon Go news, other than, hey, there's been an update, is more or less dying down.
Because everyone, unfortunately, there's a lot of people who are abandoning ship because of the tracker issue. But I have a lot of friends that still do play, and they play regularly.
Technically, I'm playing right now, but all I'm doing is clearing out my my Pokemon inbox, is what I'm calling it, because I only had room for like 3 more.
Yeah.
So I'm down to 188
And the other
now.
thing I gotta say is, at least they're making an attempt with the Halloween event.
Yeah.
They are trying to reach out to their fan base and saying, hey, we are still doing stuff, or it's not just the same old all the time. And they are, I like that. I think if they did that for other holidays, or they had like random events where it's like catch this or whatever, or catch so many of X, Y, Z, win a prize.
But that would involve it being a game.
Which it is. That's ways of making it even more of a game. To you, it's not a game. To other people, it's a game.
It has no concept of win or lose. You can't lose it and you can't win it, therefore it's not a game. If there was a quest that you could win or lose, it would become a game.
Well, Tetris is a game.
Yes, but
Tetris
you can win.
No, you can't. Tetris goes on forever.
Tetris actually has a final stage.
In
some versions. But regardless of that, you can also still lose.
Yeah, you can lose, but you just can't win. It's just like
play. You can go for a high.
It's play until you lose.
Yeah, and there are games built like that, but there's no concept of lose, so it's not a game.
Are you saying Ingress isn't a game then? Because there's no win or lose; it's just control of the map.
Yes.
It's ongoing, but there's no end thing for Ingress.
Yeah.
Or any other like the big multiplayer games for the most part. Like, yeah, you can have individual battles, you win and lose. That's what the gyms are like. But overall, there's no end. Because that would be a bad business strategy. Especially for games where you pay a subscription fee.
Games with a subscription fee generally have things like a max level or major...
So does Pokemon Go!
I am aware that it has a maximum level of 40 and that until you get there, you can't even catch Pokemon at max level. But anyway... The bit that I'm saying is all of those games have some sort of appeal. There's the grind, there's doing quests and individual things that are happening, and there are things that you can succeed at or fail at. Taking the gym is the only thing that this has, and it's a boring experience.
To you.
It could be more exciting.
Even if it, and this is another thing that Major League comes up with, is even if after you won, it locked the gym off so that your team or you were the only one able to take it. Because there's so many people that I hear of that just basically sit around gym areas, wait for them to be taken, and just toss a guy back in.
Yep.
So there's nothing even saying that you did all the effort to win, here's your reward. It's, I gotta get back in there.
Well, you do also get experience.
At any rate, I think we've been talking too much about this.
Yeah.
We don't want to spend the entire podcast just talking about Pokemon Go.
You're right. Pokemon Sun and Moon is...
Yes. Pokemon. You've been bursting to talk about Pokemon Sun and Moon.
It's because it's literally all I've heard about for the last month. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I subscribe to different Pokemon followings. There's also been Pokemon Generations that they've done, which is the whole anime mini-short series. Like, there is a lot of Pokemon going on right now.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
It's the 20th year.
It is the 20th.
So they're pulling out all the stops because it's a big anniversary.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not downing on it for it.
It's one of those things you realize, shit. Like, I was 5 when Pokemon first came out. God damn.
I was... Wait, what year did it come out?
20 years ago.
Oh.
1996.
Yeah, I was 12.
Yeah. But and it's just I feel bad that it's kind of the only thing that happened this month because I can't I know there was the whole clown thing that happened, that very terrible PR thing.
It's still happening.
Yeah, it is technically still happening.
But as compared to the Pokemon news, I'm not hearing it. Like, even major news sources seem to be covering Pokemon.
Ooh.
There's been various Pokemon walks. There was massive Mii events with the Switch coming out.
I've not heard of any of these things.
The Nintendo Switch?
No, not the Nintendo Switch. Major news sources covering Pokemon.
The other bit is I also believe that there was a major convention this month where they were showing off everything. So news has in general been covering games.
Anyone want to talk about the Switch?
I'd like to talk about the Switch because it looks amazing.
I agree. I like it.
I'm mixed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I read a very good article criticizing it. Because there's a lot of things that kind of point out where it's like, you know what, you're kind of right there.
Like what?
Where it's like, they pick apart specific parts of the commercial.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, say where the lady's looking over and her friends are like, oh hey, come on with us. So she grabs her Switch and then brings it to the table and they all start playing it. But it's like, in real life, if someone's inviting you to a cookout, there's a reason.
Leave the video games at home, yeah.
If someone's inviting you to a cookout or a barbecue or whatever, there's I'm sure they have a PlayStation or whatever in the basement. There's a reason why you're not playing it. You're at a goddamn cookout. You don't have to be playing your game all the time.
Yeah. Okay, but that's more of a criticize about the commercial.
Yeah.
No. It's trying to show off all these ways that you can bring the Switch into situations where it's not necessarily required. Or it's like, oh shit, the dog's gotta pee. Well, better go grab my game system because I can't put it down for the 5 minutes to take the dog around the block.
Well, at the same time, it's like you said, how did you word that? With situations where it would be required. It's a video game. There's never a situation where it's required.
The other thing too is Nintendo with their trying to monopolize on this mobile market where it's a home console but it's also on the go.
Yeah.
They seem to it's one of those things where it's like, why has the mobile market and mobile games gotten so big? Because we already have the phone on us. Might as well just kill a couple of minutes. We're not specifically bringing it to play, and it's too big and bulky. Like, it's not going to fit in your pocket or anything like that to bring with you. So you're kind of... It's one of those things where it's, oh man, I have to bring my Switch to play it, where I have to hold on to it, or there's a carrying case or something, and it's just missing the point of why the mobile gaming as an industry has been so successful.
Yeah, I suppose.
The bit is, though, is that that's only looking at the concept of it being a portable system, where it's intended to be a home console as well.
Yes, as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing is personally, and this is just me, I don't like the controller designs. I find they're small.
Yeah.
And then...
I saw someone equate it to a retarded dog face.
Yeah. But no, like, they're small, and I mean, like, yeah, you can Lego them together to make a bigger controller, but, like, from what I saw in the thing, like, it's, like, this big. Your hands are gonna cramp up.
Okay.
It's a lot bigger than that.
It is a lot bigger than what you just did.
Anyway, just from what I saw of the picture, there's a picture where it's a very small looking controller.
Because you gotta remember
the one
the
side
screen,
of it is.
like the part you hold on to is gonna be like, it's gonna be the width of the little screen.
Yeah.
So
from what I've
seen,
for
what you just did, like that screen would have been smaller than my cell phone. It's gonna be bigger than my cell phone.
From what
it's gonna
I've
be like that.
Yeah.
From what I've actually seen of it, it's a little bit smaller than the Wii U pad, not much.
Yeah.
Like, it's a sizable thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is, but the little controllers that come off the sides aren't that big.
And but the other bit, and
Actually,
you were saying
they
about...
would be that big.
Huh?
They would be the same size. As
Yeah, they'd be the same length, but they're like width too.
Yeah.
Yeah. My two things with the Switch, and I keep being tempted to call it the NX, because that's what it was for months. Now it's the Switch. But my bit with the Switch is two things. Number one, are they going to make it their primary mobile console or portable console? So are they dropping the DS line, or are they dropping the concept of a purely portable thing? That's my one bit. And the fact that they're going to apparently be making mainstream Pokemon games for it implies that kind of an idea.
Possibly, yeah.
The second one with it is, in a household that has me and Riffti in it, do we need to buy two? Because if it's a handheld style console for a game like Pokemon, or games are only going to have single bits, or we need like trade function between them, or multiplayer only has limited functionalities, etc., do we effectively need two to get the most out of them? Or out of it?
Ooh.
That's my big question, is does a household that has multiple kids need multiple Switches?
Like, that's the other thing too, is like you saw where all those kids, those people are like in a circle playing the multiplayer Splatoon against each other. Each one of these kids had one of these things. Like, they're all in a circle. There's like 7 of them all in a circle.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Splatoon, though, even for the Wii U, is basically a single-player game.
I know. I'm just saying, is there going to be more games like that where instead of having a, like, the split screen or whatever multiplayer so you can both play locally, again, would you have to use 2 and then, like, just look at each one has their own screen?
Yeah.
Also, I want to know about battery power.
Yeah, battery life for that thing would...
Battery life, because if it's playing, like, regular, like, standard games on a portable system, it's going to eat battery life. People were complaining about Pokemon Go's battery life on cell phones. Just...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's 2 things to say to that. Number one is that there's a phone coming out soon, the Google Pixel, which battery life is in the multiple days of battery life. So
it should get...
We're improving...
So I should get a good, 5 hours of Pokemon going on it.
Yeah. The other one is that from what I've heard of this system and its partnered corporations, is that the screen itself and its battery life and all that was not made by Nintendo. It was a collaborative effort between them and Nvidia, who make the big case one that you bring around. You can pop your system in, HDMI hook up, the whole deal.
Yeah.
So they know what they're doing.
Well, that's good.
So that's 2 bits for that. I can't address your issue of it being brought around. I don't disagree with you. It does seem sizable. And again, if that becomes their go-to portable console, then...
And the other thing about... Sorry, just not to cut you off there.
Yeah.
But the thing I like about the DS being a portable system is when you're not playing it, you collapse it. The screens are protected by the clamshell. My Game Boy, my Game Boy Color had tons of scratches all over the cover of it, just because of the fact
I took care of mine. Zing! I win.
Yeah, being a kid is another thing.
Shut up. Yeah. When you're a kid, I took...
Matter of fact, I haven't... Oh no, an SP has a closed screen, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, SP has a closed screen, but the thing is as a kid, carting around my Game Boy everywhere...
Put it in your pocket.
Eventually, it's gonna get a couple of dings and scratches or whatever. People's cell phones nowadays have dings and scratches and what have you. His Foxin
there it is.
Yeah.
Because I've had this thing. I can't remember how long ago I got it.
Not that long ago. It was after Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
The only bit with mine
is it's got a couple bumps on the corners.
Yeah.
Because I
drop it.
Yeah, I drop it when I'm passing out.
Exactly, and that's just it. Is with the Switch.
Kind of makes it sound bad, but really, I'm just tired.
No. But with the Switch though, because you're taking it places, and it's large, so you can't put it in your pocket or somewhere. It'd be unless you have a special case for it that you have to cart around. I can see it getting riddled with dings, scratches, bumps.
Oh yeah, totally.
Because that's gonna happen. That happen. No matter how careful you are with something, it's gonna slip out of your hands. It's going to, hit a corner or even in my pocket. Sometimes I put it in my jacket pocket. I turn too fast. I hear clunk, and I hit with my pocket swings out, hits a wall, hits something. You know that happens. Or you accidentally throw it in the same, even if you have a bag or whatever, you accidentally throw your keys in there. It's just, I can see it happening. And that's...
Sorry, go on. The screen size, it's about 6.5 inches.
That's more than mine.
Yeah. Like the NX.
Yeah.
It's about 6.5 inches, which is...
By what? That's long. What about...
That's...
No.
That's the diagonal.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about 6.56, and that's a measurement done knowing how big the joysticks on it are, and then using that measurement throughout the device. So, that's just, seeing it.
I see some people with cell phones, the bigger cell phones, the Notes and stuff, those are massive phones.
Yeah.
And some people have phones that don't fit in their pocket very well. Yeah. I mean, hell, and then you had the whole thing with the Apple and the 6 came out, where people were trying to fit in their pockets, and they were bending.
Yeah.
It's just, people will try to put something where it is convenient, and I can't see it being convenient to cart that around.
Yeah. Oh, and considering the size of the controllers, each of those is 10 centimeters tall.
Okay.
They're sizable.
Yeah.
There's
10 centimeters, that's about 4 inches.
Yeah. They've got some size to them.
Yeah, so it's about my cell phone.
Yeah. Okay.
At least that's the controller bit.
Yeah, well
and
not
then
the whole thing. It's
yours, and then
it's
across. Anyway, though, it's a sizable
it's a
thing.
ruler stick.
Yeah.
With how it is, apparently the controller bits on the sides are a little bit smaller than original NES pads. So the big rectangular ones for the NES. So they're only a little bit smaller than that. Not by much.
Cool.
My thing though is and the article I was reading was actually griping about the size of the original NES.
Oh, they can gripe all they want. They apparently just hate life and hate fun.
They don't hate fun.
Who hates fun?
No one hates fun. Isaac's just being a grouchy pants.
People hate fun.
Do you even like fun? Of course I like fun. It's fun.
Yeah. Nintendo is the news for October.
I know, because you're a Nintendo fanboy, so you're a grouchy pants.
I'm a Nintendo fanboy too. I'm a Nintendo fanboy.
I was moving off of that. Is that
yes.
the news for this month?
Has been very Nintendo-centric. They've had a lot going on.
I mean, there's been Battlefield 1 is the only other kind of video game style thing that I've seen holding a candle to it. And that's because it's a huge game.
The new Assassin's Creed movie looks pretty decent.
I've never even heard they were making a movie. When are they doing a movie?
There's a trailer out for it already. You haven't seen the trailer yet? Wow.
Although, I think I got like 3 missions into original Assassin's Creed and just stopped because I couldn't figure out where I was.
3 missions.
Whereas I was the opposite with Assassin's Creed, where I would start it, and then I wanted to go all the places, but it wouldn't let me, so I got bored.
See, I prefer games that don't let me, because then it gives me a focus. I tried playing Morrowind, and I just picked a direction and just kept walking, and I could keep going like anywhere I wanted to until I got to a place where everything killed me in one hit.
That's the reason why like I've tried many times. I don't like Minecraft. I don't like those types of games because it doesn't have. There's no focus. It's like, oh, do whatever you want, but it's like, but I don't want to do anything.
I want to do the story. There is no story. Yeah. Fuck me.
Yeah, like there's the Ender Dragon and stuff, but it's like I don't give a fuck about that because there's no context.
Yes. And I don't blame you on that front.
Yay, no blame.
Yeah, so it's just those types of games, and I know you like those, Isaac.
I like Minecraft specifically. Okay.
But like
games with no focus, though.
You were also trying Cube World and a bunch of other like.
Cube World had quests. Like it had a story for the 3 months that the game was relevant.
Yeah. But anyway, it's just there's a bunch of games out there where it's just like explore and do shit, and it's like, but I don't want to. I want something to focus me on where I can feel like I'm making progress. That's what I think what it is. I want to feel like I'm making progress in something.
Yeah.
I just don't want everything's just being static, whether I'm there or not, and not really affecting very much.
Yes.
That's just me.
So I guess the last major bit, though, is that we've kind of glossed over Sun and Moon. I think we talked about Alolan forms when they first came out, and
Persian makes me sad.
I know Persian makes you sad.
Yeah, it looks like a blue ball face.
But
no, mine's gonna be like fucking Moon because it looks retarded.
But you have at this point the leaks happened because of the demo.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen the whole Pokédex, so don't get into that. I choose.
Okay.
Not to have that ruined.
So, minor spoilers from this point on. If you really don't want to hear anything else about the Sun and Moon, then turn the podcast off. We'll see you next month.
I like how Rowlet is Grass Ghost.
I like that too.
Me too. Yeah. It's a nice combination for a starter that hasn't been seen.
I just wanted it to stop being Grass Flying because it's so weak to ice.
Yeah.
like, why did you do this to him?
Well, and I'm glad after... Because before I found out what its final type was, I saw Litten's final evolution, and it was just like, oh, that looks like a championship belt around its waist.
Yeah.
It's gonna be firefighting.
But
it's not.
I had heard that it was Fire Dark from the first moment of the leak, though. So
yeah, but it could have changed with the evolution.
No, I mean, it's not Fire Dark moving into it.
It's just fire.
It's pure fire until the last form.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Honestly, though, looking at Popplio's, and I think I'm going to go with Popplio at this point, just because...
The second evolution is synced it for you.
Yeah, the second evolution, I was like, oh, it's kind of cute. And now its final evolution is Girl Stinky, so I have to go with Girl Stinky.
Girl Stinky?
Have you ever played Sam & Max Freelance Police?
No, I haven't.
They did a Telltale game series. Telltale did a Sam & Max game before they did Walking Dead and all that.
Nice.
And, like, one of the first characters you meet is Stinky.
No, I think
she may be in the second game.
She's in the second set of episodes.
Is Stinky a mermaid dog?
You never. I don't want to ruin this game, but basically, she looks exactly like it. She's got like the seashell motif. She's probably a mermaid. You're not really sure.
She's got like that teal hair.
Yeah, so
and
it's
the thing is
Stinky.
Her thing is there's Grandpa Stinky who died.
Who? Yeah, you don't quite know what happened to him.
You don't know what happened to him, but he died, and this girl just appears out of nowhere. Stinky's diner was like not accessible in the first game, and the second game it just reopens. I'm like, oh, Stinky, who are you? And she's like, what? This is my place. I'm Stinky. Okay, girl Stinky. We don't believe you. They're like, you murdered him, didn't you?
It's a whole big thing, and I'm like, girl, stinky it is. But yeah, with the leaks, the one thing I think I find myself disappointed at, and again, if you've ditched at this point, you're not hearing it, so you want to hear spoilers at this point. They have pretty much revealed every Pokemon that is going to show up in Sun and Moon. At this point.
I don't think it's pretty much. I think they have.
The evolutions, they haven't shown a few.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they haven't shown a lot of the evolutions for things like Wimpod.
Oh, you mean like the actual releases?
Yeah.
Okay, not the data mines, but
yeah, not the data mines, but the actual releases at this point. With the most recent one that showed Cosmog, they have shown all of the new Pokemon, and for Alola forms, there's only one that I saw in the data mine that hasn't been revealed yet.
Oh, okay.
And Trio.
Doug Trio was revealed in the demo, which means that it counts as technically revealed at this point. And everyone thought it was trolling, but it's fucking fabulous, and I love it. But no, the only one that hasn't shown up in any material so far is Geodude. There's an Alolan Geodude line.
Oh.
So I'm sorry. I'm trying not to hear that because I don't want it spoiled.
I've already told that to you.
Told what?
Geodude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I wasn't telling you anything.
I don't want spoilers. Told what?
Yeah. And there's actually, sorry, I lied. There's this isn't a leak thing. I've already shown this to you.
Okay.
There's one Pokemon that hasn't been given a name yet, but it was leaked through Amazon because it's on the side of the TCG box.
Oh.
It's like this weird blue thing, almost like a starfish. It's weird. But it hasn't been formally revealed, but it was on the side of the art, so everyone's seen it already.
Yes, and unfortunately I've had like things, I don't know, have you seen the data mine stuff?
Nope.
Do you care?
No, I don't care.
Yeah, the one thing that I have seen there that I was kind of like, but you already told me about it, was the toucan.
Yeah.
There's a toucan.
Yeah, Pick evolves into a toucan, and it makes me sad. I'm fine with there being a toucan Pokemon. But I was like, oh, it's going to be a sweet-ass woodpecker. And then it evolves into a toucan.
Which is just a toucan.
It's just a toucan. Literally just a toucan.
There's nothing like Pokemon-y about it. It is a toucan.
Yep.
I'm sorry, toucan sounds like a Pokemon name. It would be like a Doduo.
But someone...
And then it would evolve into a 3-can?
Yeah.
Yes. But somebody actually put together a meme thing where it's like, man, somebody at Nintendo really likes American cereals. Because you have Litton's final form is Tony the Tiger, the toucan is Toucan Sam, Cutie Fly's evolution is the Honey Nut Bee, and the...
Is there a Captain Crunch?
No, but it was like Lycanroc as the,
oh my God.
The Cookie Crisp.
Mr. Mime is a pirate.
No, there's like Lycanroc is the Cookie Crisp, but these are all the new guys, though. They're all the new guys. So someone working on this really likes cereal.
Tapu Koko was... the Cornflakes Rooster.
Oh.
What was the last one? Come on, we can do this.
I only saw the 4. I don't know about the other ones.
Oh.
This is a different post. But it's where I saw
Minior was the son from Raisin Bran. There we go. There it was.
Scoops!
2 scoops!
Yeah, I think I'm going to call, if I get a Persian, I'm going to call it like Moon Meow Face or something stupid because it's so dumb and I hate it.
Moon Meow Face.
Yeah. Oh, actually,
Face.
The last time we discussed Alolan forms, I brought up the idea that maybe they evolve differently. That is confirmed not true. Alolan Exeggutor evolves via Leaf Stone, same as normal. So, as far as I can tell, you cannot get the original forms of guys in the new game.
So you'd have to transfer them in.
You have to transfer the evolved guys in, which means that in future games, who knows how you have to evolve them. Unless they make it a special thing.
Which they might.
Yeah, you'd have to go to like a special island in order to evolve your guy in order to get the Alolan form in future games.
Or they'll pull a Gen 4 Milotic and make it like a trade evolve thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like...
It actually makes me wonder now, what if you were to transfer in a Execute? Would it evolve into where it came from or where it is?
It's a good question. As far as I can tell from the game, they show the Execute evolving, so it's a regular Execute, as opposed to like Vulpix, who got the whole line changed. So I would assume anything...
That's true. So Vulpix, you'd only be able to get the Ice Vulpix there.
Yeah, and that kind of just leaves the last question of, if I breed a regular Vulpix, does it hatch into an Alolan Vulpix?
Oh my god. I guess it would all depend on who the mother is.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, you breed one with the other. Do you come out? Do they give birth to a puddle?
Yeah.
And it's
it's getting hot. It's getting all hot and steamy in here.
Yeah. Like, and
oh dear God, why?
I don't mind it too much. I know we have one friend who's very avid that
I didn't
there
give
should
birth
be
to a
no
puddle.
way
I just took a piss.
I know we have one friend who's very avid that there should be no way to get the original ones, because she's all like, oh, everything's got to be new. And I'm like, that's fine, that's your opinion, but as like a competitive individual or someone who liked, say, original Marowak, maybe I still want it.
Yeah, really.
Like,
I don't want like the literal incantation of
Edgelord.
I was gonna say Cubone's dead mother.
Yeah. Like there's stuff there that needs addressing. But anyway.
Dressing.
Yes. So
The thing about Pokemon for me is I played the demo. I hated it. I will not lie. Absolutely fucking hated that thing.
She's a hipster.
I'm not a hipster. I hated the last two demos.
She's a hipster.
But I'm afraid that
There haven't even been two demos. Oras was the first Pokemon demo they made.
This demo and Oras, the two demos.
You said the last two demos.
Yeah, including this one.
Yeah, but you're saying the last two demos after.
I've just like the last two demos, as if that this one is excluded.
Yeah.
The way you said it, you excluded the one we're currently on.
At any rate, the two demos, I hated them both. But I'm afraid that I'm finding that Pokemon's getting a little too bloated.
Well, yeah, because now you have those Z moves.
Well, they're bringing back Megaforms. That's been confirmed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
the Z thing.
So Megaforms are a thing. The Z moves are a thing. They have the Alolan forms now compared to the irregular forms. And I'm just afraid that they're getting a little too bloated, and it's like, oh, well, that can't be just a special thing for that generation. You have to carry it on to the next one, and then we're going to have to carry this on to the next one and add something new, and then so on and so forth. And I'm just a little afraid because
I don't agree. It's pulling a Digimon. Fusion Digivolve.
More weapons!
Warp Digivolve. Whatever the fuck the
DNA
thing was with the
Digivolve.
eggs. Yeah, like...
Then there was, like, the creating the people Digivolving.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of...
Yeah, but the thing about Digimon is that each one of those was treated as its own little universe.
Its own little universe. So you didn't have Warp Digivolving in the one where the kids were the Digimon. And...
Yeah, exactly. Well, maybe they did. Like, I don't really know. But, like, when Digimon Tamers came out, like, Digimon was just like a TV show to them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, they knew about Digimon,
like,
but it was
a card game.
It was a card game. It was a show. It was like the real world.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, yeah, Digimon. That's cool.
I remember I saw that when it first started, and I was like, that is the coolest thing, where it's just like us, but Digimon are actually real.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not...
Tamers was my favorite season.
I know someone who was a huge Digimon fan, and Tamers was her most hated season strictly because of how much she loathed Picado.
So here's the bit, is that I don't disagree with you for the bloat concept. Two things. First one, being Z-moves specifically, I feel like if they don't go over well in the competitive metagame, that they will be dropped. Because... look at the last thing that they put in the game and dropped, which was typed gems, where in the Unova region Gen 5, you could break rocks and occasionally get like fire gem, grass gem, water gem, etc.
Yeah, I remember those.
For Gen 6, those items are still in the code, but they basically removed all of them. The only one you have access to is the normal gem, and that's because normal gem explosion was a huge thing in the competitive metagame. It was a way to boost Explosion's power for that one-off shot, but they removed the rest of them, just cutting them out. So if Z-moves, as Z-moves, being the one-shot, nice opportunity to make anybody viable, don't go over well, because they're directly tied to an item, making that item not available in the next game is the easy way for them to cut that out.
Yes, but they're also doing me a concern where they're creating physical replications of that bracelet. So all the people who buy that bracelet to have it activate when they use their Z moves, if that's not the next game, they're gonna be pissed.
Pokewalkers only worked with
Because that
Heart
was
Gold,
the
Soul
only
Silver.
game where they had the walking behind you and stuff. It was an integral part of that.
Yeah, and if this is the only one with Z moves, then the same thing applies.
Yeah, but the Pokewalker also came with the game. It sounds like you have to go out and actually buy this.
I thought it was a pre-order bonus for that. Anyway.
I don't think so. I think you have to specifically buy it.
Anyway. But
I don't plan on buying it because I think it's dumb, but
regardless. Anyway. We've technically gone 10 minutes over. Granted, I have the ability to upload these a little bit faster now, so
Yay.
I don't mind still talking if you want to. But we've covered the majority of our work. Oh, sorry, back to the bloat. I said I kind of just don't disagree with you for bloat. But Pokemon is, from my understanding, esports level. Like, it is a legitimate competitive game according to the fact that they have organized tournaments, massive prizes, etc. Being a legitimate Pokemon player can be a career.
Wow.
So
That's actually kind of sad.
yeah. So the sheer number of Pokemon and options is the same as League of Legends constantly adding new champions. There's hundreds of champions.
League of Legends.
Oh, sorry, over 100 champions.
League of Legends is like the biggest one.
Yeah, that's why I'm using it as an example. There's a long list of champions, a lot of which see a lot of use as you have tiered play, and some that don't. But if they remove one of those ones that don't, and it's a potential answer to something that can happen in the future, then they're taking away from the game in general. Pokemon is being treated with that same level. Will anyone ever use a competitive Caterpie? No, but competitive Aeron level 1 was a thing for a while.
yeah.
You throw up the Sandstorm, you give it Endeavor, it has the sturdy ability, and Endeavor with a Shell Bell means that it heals itself, and it's a very good way to deal with teams. So not having that option because you should cut out things that aren't important or to remove some of that bloat hinders the game as much as it would, yes, remove some of the trying to keep track of everything under the sun. And they've been going out of their way to try to make being a competitive battler easier. Last generation, there was the whole super training thing, so you could do EVs on your own and directly keep track of them all the time. And that feature of looking at your EVs on a Pokemon is still available in the new one. Plus, they have this whole bottle cap silver and gold system to max out their IVs automatically. So they're trying to make a competitive game accessible to anyone, similar to other esports style games. And unfortunately, that is leading to a lot of bloat. But that's so that there's that separation between the people who put the extra effort into figuring out that, hey, Aeron level 1 can do this, or this particular Pokemon not a lot of people have used can see a very big use. Pachirisu got huge doubles use in the VGCs last year because he had a very niche moveset that just worked. And again, to remove the bloat, even though he's just a Pikachu clone from Gen 4, would be to remove that possibility.
I'm not saying to remove Pokemon specifically. It's just all these little extra added features that they're putting in.
But if they didn't do it, then they would be accused of not innovating. The same thing has happened throughout gaming's history for a long time if you don't change enough about a game.
It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation.
Yeah.
Well, it's one thing to change it. This is just like adding on to it. It's like the buffet is too large.
Yeah. The bit with adding it, and I think I mentioned this, is that the specific reason that they're adding Z moves is to make any Pokemon viable. Any Pokemon can be given the appropriate crystal and suddenly have an incredibly powerful move. However, it takes their item slot, and you can only have one of them per team. So it's a strategic decision that's the bit, is how they put it. Make any Pokemon viable. You can use anybody as long as they have the appropriate type of move and you give them that crystal. You can throw them on a team and they will do something good. Granted, Z moves can apparently be blocked by Protect and immunities, so you still have to be careful.
Shit.
That was another thing that I didn't like about the demo and battling, is that the fact that they tell you which moves are super effective or not very effective against.
I know that you complain at it as someone who's played this game for 20 years, but a kid who is starting on Sun and Moon would not know those things initially, and
So
the most the game has ever done to describe type matchups is there's like occasionally a Pokemon school in game that gives you the basic trio of like fire is good against grass, grass is good against water, which means that it's a lot of trial and error to figure those things out. And if you can't catch a Pokemon, or you're struggling or something and you don't recognize what types it is, it's very hard for a new player to figure those kinds of things out.
I think the game that had like the best type matchup trial and error, which one had the I think it was the first one for the DS, had the watch thing with a bunch of apps on it.
Yes, that was
There was a
Platinum, Pearl, and
Yeah.
Diamond.
Yeah, that game had a app on it that actually let you test out type matchups. So it would like this type move against this Pokemon with these types. It's like, what would it do? Like,
It's
what would its damage
the only
be?
thing that they've provided in game to show multi-type
the
weaknesses.
thing is, though, is like, for me personally, if I come across, and this is just me again, because I like that trial and error thing. If I come across a Pokemon that I've never seen before because it's a brand new game and I don't know what it is, I don't know its type, I just want to try shit.
Yeah, and it doesn't show you the first time. It only shows you after you've battled them at least once. Did you not notice that?
No, obviously I didn't.
Yeah.
Because you ruined it for me and said, oh, they do this, so I was looking for it.
Yeah, the first time you run into a Pokemon, it doesn't give you that information, but after you fought it at least once, it reveals what is good against it. In case you didn't figure it out.
I still don't like it. That's just me. I still don't like it.
Because you're a hipster, and
I'm
you
not
hate
a
you
hipster.
hate all change.
I do not hate all change.
I think she hates all change. She's done nothing but complain about things.
I like change, especially when it's in my pocket.
As you are like looking at the buying screen for Pokemon Go.
There's so many Pokecoins, but they cost so much. Anyway.
But yeah, that's just the unfortunate thing is,
Hunter disappeared.
I am not a hipster. I just don't happen to like these particular set of changes. That's just me.
She whined at last gen's changes too with Mega Evolution.
I still don't like Mega Evolution.
See, she's a hipster who hates everything.
Just because I don't like one aspect of a game does not mean I am a hipster who hates everything. I like the rollerblades. They were kick-ass.
Yeah, the rollerblades.
I also liked the rollerblades. They were a nice way to get around because I fucking hate the bicycle.
Well, there you go. There's a change that I liked.
But it's not one that influenced the game in any sort of a way.
Yes, it
Sure,
did.
dude. Got you there faster.
I love the rollerblades. They were a great addition.
I mean, like the main meat of the game, which is the battles.
No, the main game of the game is walking around the world.
It's really not. And if you think that, then you know nothing about RPG games.
Exploring.
Anyway, the cat's getting rowdy.
Rowdy, horny, whatever.
At any rate, I'm just saying there's some...
Riffti hates the Switch. She hates new Pokemon features. She hates She is literally a hipster. You cannot keep denying this because you hate everything that everyone loves.
That's not what a hipster is, first of all.
Yeah, if anything, she's more like a Gen 1er.
But I'm not.
Who's your favorite Pokemon?
Girafarig.
Okay, so a Gen 2er?
I'm not calling her a Gen 1er because she has a fair... Like, she likes new Pokemon, but she hates new features. If you change how the game is played in even the slightest way, she throws a hissy fit.
Do not throw a hissy fit.
There's been hissy fits.
There has not been a hissy fit.
There's hissy fits, there's shoving your fingers in your ears and not wanting to... Because
No.
you didn't even want to get the demo, and I just wanted to tell you some of the new features they added.
Yeah, because I wanted to experience it for real on the day. I don't think that's a bad
Yeah,
thing.
no, I'm not gonna have to throw her that one.
Like,
And then
and then you're like, well, and then I told you, like, please don't spoil the features, and you're like, no, you choose not to play the demo. I'm not going to stop talking about it because you don't want to know the features. And you continued to tell me stuff anyway until I agreed, fine, I'll get the demo and I'll play the demo so I know it so that you're not going to just talk about it at me. That was the whole thing.
That's kind of a dick move, man.
Well, no, it was that... and here was my argument, was when Phoenix Wright, the new one, came out, she got the demo, and she did nothing but talk to me about the new features and all that stuff, and I didn't even have the opportunity to start.
I didn't.
But
hold on. Did you care?
Yes.
Did you express that?
Yes.
But here's the thing, though, is I didn't actually say all that much. I said, oh, the way they left it off, I'll get him out of court in the full game. Ah, damn.
No, but you told me the whole bit about the new feature that they added to the game to add on to everything else, which was the divining ritual thing. You specifically told me in full detail, so that was my bit, is that you were excited and you wanted to talk about it, and I sat and I listened to you. This was something that I was excited about.
I didn't.
And I told... But let me fucking finish. Because I told you, and this is how it was this is something that is fully available to you. It's not like you can't afford the game and I'm spoiling anything. You fully have the option to get it. If you do not want to get it, that is your choice. But I am not going to censor myself talking about it because it is something I am excited about. That was my wording. That was how I put it.
Well, there's other things about it. Like, I mean, if someone asks you, don't talk to me about that, I don't want to talk about that.
And I don't talk to her about things like Minecraft because she doesn't want to hear it. And there's a lot of stuff she doesn't want to hear.
But she told you that she didn't want to hear about the new Pokemon stuff. So how is it any different than that?
The other thing was, and I'll just throw this out here, you were the one who told me about the Phoenix Wright demo in the first place.
I did tell you about the demo. I didn't have the opportunity to play
because I didn't even know the new game was coming out until you said anything.
Yeah.
And I don't remember at any one point you telling me, hey, don't talk about that because I don't want to know or whatever. If you did, I would have stopped.
Except I specifically told you I hadn't had the chance to play it yet.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But that's not saying that you didn't want to hear it.
Anyway. Moving on. That was my bit.
Okay.
Anyway. You're getting needlessly upset, and it's frustrating me.
How am I getting upset?
I was going to say, you're sounding more upset than she is.
Because we've had this argument like 4 times.
No.
She does nothing but complain. She's been nothing but negative this whole podcast about everything. Oh, I read an article and I don't like the Switch. Oh, I don't like the new features. Oh, I don't like this. And I was like...
Well, no, that's... I don't know if that's being negative as just like expressing a dislike
for everything.
The thing
which is negative.
No, the thing is I'm sort of playing devil's advocate here because I don't want to have, all of us saying like, oh, gosh, good thing. You got to have a bit of a balance and counteract the things that you were talking about, all the good hype. Well, here's some thoughts on what this is going to be like, what's that going to be like.
I'm like generally our devil's advocate, hon. I know exactly what you're talking about, and I'm not complaining at you for it, but generally you also have to take some positive. You can't just be negative on everything because we are happy. And there's nothing wrong... There's also nothing wrong with being excited about something.
I'm not
Obviously.
saying there is.
Jeez. This is the second time you just turned into a fucking lawn sprinkler.
A lawn sprinkler?
That's because I'm polite and I generally allow you guys to finish a thought before I jump in like she's been. Anyway, again, we're getting needlessly aggressive. It's probably about time we stop the podcast.
Don't think is polite.
I do it when I'm still expressing a thought and she tries to cut me off.
I'm just trying to defend myself here because I don't think I'm acting at all. You're vilifying me.
But let me finish my thought before you feel the need to shut it down.
Well, I'll give them that. I hate when people interrupt, even though I think I did it maybe twice tonight.
Isaac, I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt.
Thank you.
So there's a formal apology on the table there. Are you gonna apologize for being your lawn sprinkler?
No, because it's gonna happen again.
No.
See, that
was
cutting me off again.
Yeah, that was cutting him off.
I'm joking. That was a joke.
I accept your apology, but unfortunately, if you're gonna keep cutting me off, that's how I'm going to do that. So, I'm sorry, but it's gonna be something that I keep doing because it's how I I do.
It's one of those sorry, not sorry
Yeah.
situations.
So, like, I feel bad, but I'm not going to stop doing it.
I'm sorry because I'm being told to say I'm sorry, but you fucking deserve it, you you whore.
You core.
Yeah, see, I didn't call you a whore, though. Anyway, like I said, we're almost at the hour mark, and I don't mind making these a bit longer, especially because we're starting to pick up some steam, which is nice. By the way, if anyone is still here, stop messaging me about the Dog Island. I now have to make a video about this. I have to make a video about why we can't do the Dog Island right now. Because I have answered this question in the comments like 18 times.
And we got another one today.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, I get it, you want the series.
Is it because you did stuff and it didn't save?
No, it's because our filming device keeps buggering up the software so it's green and pixelated.
Oh, that's no good.
Like, it's a physical incapability to
No
do
one
it.
wants to see that.
Exactly, so I now have to make a video showing off this gross green pixelation just to show that, yeah, we can't do it right now. When we can fix this, by all means, it will be the first thing on my to-do list. But until then, shut the fuck.
You know exactly what's gonna happen, don't you?
Yeah, I know.
You're going to try to record why you can't record, but everything's just gonna work.
Well, no, I have two pre-existing things of footage that I'm still holding on to that have the problem. Because I've been trying to discuss with Hapog why this is happening.
Okay. I thought you were gonna grab new
I
footage.
have 2 bits of footage that have it, and I haven't done anything with because they're gross and pixelated.
The other thing too is it kind of like cuts out chunks.
Oh yeah, the cutting out chunks is a bitch.
So it's what's there is pixelated, and then it's like it just skips 15 minutes for no reason.
Like the first 15 minutes is just missing for some reason. It's dicks, and I would love to fix this problem, but there's no fix for it, and Hapog's just like, eh.
Oh.
They did send us a new system.
They sent us a new thing.
Maybe it's the problem, so they sent us a new one, but it's still absolute dicks.
Yeah, so I'm like, is it the cords? Is it that my computer doesn't have the processing power? Is it that we need a different filming device for older machines? Like,
Hold this.
it's fucking hell.
Anyway, you wanted to get us off of this for
Yes.
a while now, so let's cut it.
Yes. We will see you at the end of November where...
On my birthday!
Yes, it will be your birthday.
Oh yeah.
Anyone, like I said, anyone still here, have a happy Halloween. Be safe. I like that Pokemon Go is trying to get people to go out for Halloween again because that's been waning lately. So, here's to Halloween coming back.
Yay!
See you later.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Is this your